Alright, welcome back, folks, to another Discord League, let's see, Discord League Invitational cast. This is round of 16 winners. One sec, my mic is not, there we go. Round of 16 winners, we have, Kingsley versus Bill, so New Phoenix versus Dragon. And I got Travis here co-casting with me.
Hey everyone. Yeah, this matchup is pretty exciting if you ask me. I think it's one of my favorites to play, and it should be fun to watch as well.
So, taking a quick look at some deck lists, Kingsley has made a small adjustment into Dynasty, which is fine in my opinion. I tested it a little bit. He just swapped Mendican for a Seppen Guardsman, so it can't be debated. It's fine. I just like being able to declare two sides of conflicts, or like bring Mendican as an escort if I needed if I needed to be.
Right, and Mendicant also helps you like fish for certain dynasty.
Yeah, I pretty much only buy Mendican against Crab, to be honest. But I mean, you know, when I do buy it, otherwise it does have a cool ability.
Yeah, it's just it's not like amazing, but it's useful.
Yeah. Let's see. Still on his 1x assassination. I don't really understand why you want to play 1. Assassination to me is one of those cards that is really, really good in the early game and loses a lot of value, especially in Dragon as the game goes on. And, you know, only playing 1, you can't guarantee when you're going to draw it. I just don't think it's consistent enough.
Yeah.
2 charge is fine. Totally on 2 charge. I like charge, especially with Seppen Guardsman. Charging Guardsman is a lot better than charging Mendicant. You know, that extra force is a big deal. And then we have 3 court games, 3 Lycos, 3 Fury, 3 policy debate, and then he took my my tech of the 1 mountain does not fall instead of the skirmishers to play around Karmic Twist. And then he's on 2 dice show, 3 clouds, 3 katanas, 3 fingers, playing method instead of masterpiece, which is fine. I don't think there's a consensus on which is better. And then we have 3 fan, 3 pathfinders blades, 3 reprieves.
Yeah, and for Bill, his deck is like really all over the place, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad deck.
Yeah, so
he just has his focus split all over. He's running like 1x Fire Tensai, 1x Sakune, 1x Tetsu Dynasty side. He's running 1 library and 2 favorable ground instead of the typical 3 library or largeness is 3 favorable ground.
So I think favorable ground is huge in this matchup.
It super is.
It's like Chris and Bill put favorable ground in their deck, so almost entirely because of playing against me, and we established how insane cover it is in this matchup specifically.
Right. In this matchup, it's really hard for Phoenix to actually like keep Dragon's board down. So if you attach a Tattooed Wanderer to like an Investigator with 3 Fate, it's gonna covert someone every turn.
Yeah, or Master
so
or Sumiko.
Deal with that.
Yeah, you basically because everyone's standing and the forces are so large. If you can just sneak past a guy, Phoenix doesn't really have the, doesn't have the ability to stop you.
Yep. And conflict side for him is also really interesting. He's running 2 charge instead of like what I consider a must-run 3 charge.
Yeah, I would play 3. I would always play 3 charge in Phoenix at this point.
Yep. But he does have a lot more of a toolbox going on. He's got 1 Censure, 1 Benton's Touch, 1 Bonsai, 1 Karmic Twist, which will help him in the Phoenix Mirror if he goes on to fight Largeness next round.
I think Bill's on the bottom side, so he'll play against the Scorpion player if he wins.
Oh, you're right. I'm mixing up your bracket with his.
Yeah, yes. Chris will play me.
Yeah, but still, you're likely, when you're on the bottom bracket with all 3 Phoenix, you're likely going to run into a Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And that'll help with Tadaka.
Yeah, it was really awkward how the bracket split. In terms of
ended up with all the Scorpions.
Yeah, look. I mean, we just seeded them exactly how we were going to, and the clans that got submitted are the clans that got submitted. It just was really, really awkward the way it did.
Yeah.
We got 3 clouds, 2 embraces, 2 katanas, 3 fans, 3 shrine maidens. Pretty standard.
Yeah. I can accept most everything else, but I think to embrace the void will be really lukewarm.
Embrace the void is fine. Especially with the threat of that plus twist against Dragon. One of the clans, if you don't play around it, it can definitely blow you out. And then just having economy is always it's medium, right? Like, I mean, the card is medium.
Yeah, it's lukewarm, is like I say. It's like not bad, but it's not amazing in my opinion. And so yeah,
No, nothing crazy on provinces either. You know, the one thing that that Phoenix doesn't really have going for it is its province row is really
yeah,
lackluster.
it's sort of
Aside from shameful display, there's not much to be afraid of. You can play around everything else pretty easily.
yep. And there's like a little bit of a split between whether you run public forum in the row and rally on the box, or if you run rally in the row and then put like entrenched on the box.
Yeah.
But I think that's a little bit of preference. It's like they're so marginally different, especially against Dragon, where Rally and Public Form are just going to get PFB'd anyway. So,
I think I'd rather have rally, especially that late in the game. Like the games go long. These matchups usually go long.
right.
If you know there might not have a Pathfinder's Blade left by the time they get to your stronghold, and so you get that free basically that chump attack force. And that can be the difference between the match.
Yeah, you mean running Rally on the Stronghold?
Yeah. If you're on the stronghold and they have to flip rally before committing, it can really give you the time that you need.
I actually prefer it the other way, just because I don't want my Rally canceled by PFP if they do get to the Stronghold, or if they start with like Neat and Master. And
Well, I was saying that it's by the time they get to your stronghold, they are less likely to have Pathfinder's
That's
Blade
true.
because
That's true.
they've been using it to get through your row, right? Or at least that's how I play it, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I've definitely made it to the stronghold with a Pathfinder's Blade left, but I mean, would just rather use it to help me navigate the row more.
Right. I think it's literally just a preference thing for Phoenix. It's so marginal here. Public Forum will save you a break. It gives you like a free display of power, but then they're spending 2 conflicts going at a province that's effectively blank. And if Public Forum gets PFB'd, then it's like the worst province in the game, hands down. But like if Rally gets PFB'd, you still have.
I still think massing a Twilight might be worse.
Just let it go. You might be right. So we're getting into the game, and it looks as though who won the coin flip here? It looks like Kingsley won the coin flip.
Ooh, that's really big.
That is
having extra fate in the early game for this matchup is really huge. Phoenix's conflict deck is extremely expensive. It's a lot of ones, and then also Dragon. This is not an ideal start for Dragon though. How many cards did Kingsley mulligan? He only mulliganed 2 from his Dynasty deck, which means he kept 2 of these cards. I would have mulliganed all 4 cards. If I
probably
none of these cards were Need Master, I would have mulliganed all 4 cards.
That's fair. I think he probably kept the Doom Shigenja and the Swordsmith.
Doom Shigenja is garbage in this matchup. I never buy it.
I mean, just because of Fury and Against the Waves.
Fury against the Waves and Twist. It's always a target that can be twisted.
Yeah, Twist is a good point.
Like because you can't put fade. Like I can play around Twist by equally fading my small characters to match my characters that are gonna fade. Interesting that Bill went for Prodigy here. It's not as bad as it used to be. So before, if you if you only had like 1 against the waves, they could bow you, and then if you didn't have it, you basically couldn't get your water ring.
Yeah, and Kingsley here smartly playing around the water ring by putting a fade on both of his guys. So going water here is actually really bad for Bill. On top of that as well, he chose to do 2 fate instead of 3, which I think is a path you could take if you were planning to just play defensive this round 1.
Swordsmith finds a katana. Finding no cloud is really annoying. I actually don't cloud Prodigy anymore because there's just so many ways to stand it regardless.
Yeah, it's actually I'm usually pretty okay with it.
Yeah, like the cards in this matchup that should be clouded are Mia Mystic, Fire Elemental Guard, and potentially Tadaka. But that's about it. If Sukune gets hard bought, you cloud Sukune obviously.
Yeah. And Fire Elemental Guard is a card that, like, I really don't want to get clouded because you have to commit so much to turn it on. And it's one of the weaknesses of the card I originally thought would keep it out of play, but Dragon just being as strong as it is.
Yeah. Look, you just need, like, if you have 7 ways to deal with attachments, like, I mean, you can definitely just kind of chain them together, right? Mia Mystic removes the cloud off the guard, which removes a bunch, you know what I mean? Like, you can just go off.
Oh yeah. You can do that as well.
It lets you be a little bit more reserved with your let goes, so you can let go only save them for like reprieve and stuff specifically.
Yeah, And that's what you want to do. Reprieve is like the number one
I
let go
I I
attachment.
I call I call it Atsuko also. Depending on what stage we're in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, Atsuko is a totally fine card at
So
times.
sometimes the best is when you call it Atsuko and then you just buy Yokuni just to copy her.
Oh man, this is rough. Yeah.
But Yokuni should not be bought in this matchup until the super late game.
Yeah, unless they have either a Prodigy of the Waves or a Yojimbo on board. But I don't buy
Even
Yojimbo
no,
for this matchup.
I would buy him. So we see a charge on Sumiko here after we saw a Honor plus a Fury. We see a second Fury come out. That is all of Bill's fate.
Yeah, he spent 2 fate to blow out this complex.
Oh sure, so then he moves home.
Why defend in the first place if you were just gonna double Fury? Like if you were gonna Fury the initiate.
Maybe he wasn't going to. I guess if you're gonna Fury. Yeah, if you're just gonna Fury, you probably shouldn't defend at all, because then if he honors, you're gonna Fury, and if he honors, you're tied.
Right. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Kingsley probably was gonna honor no matter what.
So there's an Embrace come out.
Play an Embrace. Just getting stuff out of hand for restoration of balance. He's gonna just scoop that Earth Ring, I bet. I don't think you need to go for water here.
Benten's cost 0, right?
Benten's does cost 0.
Alright, so if he has the Bentens, I like this attack. If he doesn't, I think this attack is incredibly dangerous. If you hit Feast or Famine, you lose on the spot.
If he skips the Fate off the Earth Ring, he could also use against.
Oh, yeah. So if you attack here, you have to go Earth. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's pretty safe. Assuming you have.
Yeah, if you scoop. I only assume he has something here, or he wouldn't make this attack.
Yeah. He's taking a while to make the attack, though.
He just passes, so Kingsley gets to scoop up, scoop the Earthwing Fate again. Actually, Kingsley can leave it if he wants and take it next turn.
But Bill still has a second conflict, right?
No, he doesn't. No. He passed his first conflict.
That's right. He's
playing as Dragon. Come on, let's be real here.
Yeah. I don't know. If I was Bill, I guess that just means he doesn't have the card he needs. And again, it's like, why use the favorable ground there? You would be safe to attack here if you didn't use the favorable ground.
Yeah. He could also just be afraid of Shameful too, right? If you hit Shameful on this attack, then it's just another blowout.
Man. I mean, it's a little bit of a blowout, but like again, it's.
I mean, having your Prodigy
in this matchup, that's actually rather small.
Not really. Having your Prodigy dishonored for the rest of the turn, you're so far behind on tempo then. Like the Swordsmith beats it in combat then. So there's the court games to honor Prodigy.
Court games to dishonor Prodigy.
Yep. Bill does not.
Maybe he just didn't want to discard 3 to restoration.
I would be okay with that if I was New Phoenix. Grody, it's Travis. So we see a fan come out. I think Bill does not have any assassination, if I'm correct.
I think
he doesn't have any.
He doesn't have any, yeah.
Yeah, I know Inu doesn't have any either.
Yeah, I'm on the fence about my 1 assassination, and I'll admit, probably similar to Kingsley's thinking for why he has 1. It's largely just so my opponent has to respect it. And not so much that I'm actually looking to play it.
And there's Let Go, yep.
Yep, that's good. This does even out the Fate, but Kingsley will be getting a 2 Fate ring next turn.
No, Bill will have 1.
Yeah,
Embrace
the play.
Yeah, Grody, I got a page of their tokens from winning season 4, and they are really, really nice.
I've been thinking about picking up some luxury playstyle tokens myself, actually.
Yeah, I have them.
It's real tempting. It's just always there. It's like, is it time to take the dive?
Yeah, I have the Fate tokens and the Fate / Honor tokens, and I will say they are fantastic.
Oh yeah. A little bit of an interesting flip here for Bill. He kept the Solemn Scholar, which is
Kingsley very smartly flips Sumiko again.
yeah.
Big brain Kingsley. You know, just very smart. Thanks for the bits, wise techie.
Yeah,
I would have three faded my Sumiko there. I'm gonna pick up 2 fade off this Earth Ring here.
I would have. I think 3 fading is sort of like what you want to do in this matchup in general. This matchup is about just like putting stats on the board and building your board over time. 2 fading is like the old 1 fading in this matchup.
Having 2 Furies gone is also really big for Sumiko here. She is obviously very weak to she's weak to Fury.
Yeah, the only answer Bill could have is Cloud, but Kingsley.
Oh, he could have the 3rd Fury too.
He could have a 3rd Fury. So we see.
I think another reason you 3 fade Sumiko there is you're almost always going to get passing fate there, and if Bill doesn't take passing fate, his board is just not like you would go for. We see Finger of Jade come out on Sumiko.
That's good. That turns off the Fury. So now the main answer would be.
Oh, he couldn't have 3 faded. He couldn't have 3 faded. He had 7 because he spent the 1 on the reprieve. I'm dumb. He spent all his fate on Sumiko.
You're right.
The extra 1 was the passing fate.
Yeah, you're right. And Bill plays an embrace on her as well.
Thanks for the bit, Joe.
So that's both embrace the voids from Bill pretty early. That's when you want to see them, so that's good.
This also clears the way for any embrace twist shenanigans. So at least if Kingsley gets twisted, his character, one of his characters will be leaving, or not leaving, living.
Yeah. Yeah, you won't be taking all the fate off the Neaton Master and Kitsuki Investigator, and that might be.
Yeah, I'm not saying
that makes Sumiko as a amazing flip this turn even more, because I think without Sumiko, he's got Yoruma as the only unique, and otherwise would be very vulnerable to twist.
I'm not saying you can twist Soto. Or twist Sumiko Soto. I'm literally just saying that the embraces are gone. I'm well aware that you can't twist Sumiko.
Yeah, I have to imagine Bill's got a charge or 2 in hand though.
Well, I mean, he only has 2, so.
There goes the second let go into the Finger of Jade.
That's really aggressive.
Super aggressive.
Why does he let go embrace?
I don't know.
What? Are you trying to deny your opponent who has 6 fate?
I'll take that trade. I'll take that trade as
yeah, what? I only let go Clouds in this matchup.
Yeah, Clouds are the only thing you should be let going in this matchup. Unless a Fantana makes or breaks the game. But
yeah, exactly. If a fan is breaking Shameful or something, or winning like a Void Ring that I can't have, when I'll do that. But I'm really saving my let goes for this matchup.
I think Bill using let go on Finger of Jade here is.
Bill doesn't defend. Are we gonna see a charged bird here?
Extremely aggressive.
Yep, there's charged bird.
Yeah.
So if Bill wins the Earth Ring here, he will be able to use his Solemn Scholar. So there's the katana we knew about.
He can't add more force. The only thing he could do is charge the Fire Elemental Guard. Because you can't attach anything to Fushicho.
No, he has the second charge. What a maniac! Yeah. He's so smart. Bill counters with a bigger brain.
Yeah.
Thanks for the bits for
Stronghold though.
Thanks for the bits, Forgium.
So it's 10 to a potential
9. Kingsley passes.
9 right now. Kingsley passes. That's beautiful for Bill. Then
if Bill has a cloud
now
here,
he can definitely push water. I mean, yeah, you could cloud Sumiko and bow her, but I don't think she's gonna do much on her second attack anyway, just because your Solemn Scholar's turned on.
You still have favor.
Yeah, but there was no reason for him to let go of that Finger of Jade.
Yeah, I'm a little unsure why he on the timing. Like if he if he wanted to just save it for when the Solemn Scholar was on and then let go of the finger later.
Right, or like there's no on reveal province that would directly target Sumiko either. So like even if Sumiko attacked into Shameful, you could just like.
Yeah, you can let go before activating.
Yeah, so it just seemed a little weird to me. And just like with Largest's game yesterday, this bird is going to.
There's also a Pathfinder's Blade too.
It's actually really interesting because we had Largest make this exact same play yesterday. charge bird, charge fire elemental guard. At end of turn, bird saves fire elemental guard. So 2 fate, you get 10 military and stats, and then keep a 4/2. Seems good.
Pretty balanced.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, both charges are gone now, so I mean, it's definitely.
Yep, that is the downside to only running 2. But he is also only running 2 birds, so his charge targets aren't like super high rolly. The issue here is like, despite that, that was like a defensive double charge, and it didn't really give him much tempo. I would have maybe been like, I would have strongly considered just letting the forum break, because again, I just don't want Kingsley to bounce off it forever. And
yeah, especially with the threat of Fury being so low at this point with 2 gone.
Yeah. I think the only reason it's acceptable to double charge in defense there is because it was the Earth Ring and it turns on your Psalm Scar. But you've got no real way to push this, like push an aggressive advantage here. You just stall the board.
It's fine though, right? Like you have a big fate advantage right now.
You do have a big fate advantage.
You're gonna get one. You're gonna get one more at the end of the turn. So here's the attack.
Yeah, but also
hits feast or famine, but
that's pretty good right now.
Yeah. I mean, if it breaks, it's still a pretty big swing. Taking a fate, off the Solemn Scholar.
Yeah, actually, this is probably one of the better times to break it if you're gonna break it.
Well, it's not breaking right now, so if I'm Kingsley, I might defend my Swordsmith and debate here if I have a debate.
I think that would be absolutely the play.
I probably would have debated the Fire Elemental Guard though on the Sumiko attack, but we'll see.
Yeah. Kingsley just defends with 5. And then assassinates the Scholar.
Okay. Sure.
So there's the 1x assassination.
It's fine.
Something. Yeah, it was pretty good here because it puts you up on tempo now, because now Sumiko will probably break something.
I mean, if Bill wins the Water Ring, he just stands the bird.
He had D against the waves, so that's quite good for him.
Well, I mean, I don't know if he had the against the waves. He had N against the waves.
You're right. You're right. I should have considered that more. Defending with the Swordsmith was actually really risky in this case, then.
Well, like I said, that's why I would only do it if I had the debate.
Yeah, the debate. Makes sense. Although the debate wouldn't save your Swordsmith from getting bad.
Sure, but it forces the Stronghold activation, along with it forces one of the against the waves to be removed.
Yeah.
Like, I would be okay with that.
1 down, 5 to go.
Look, I mean, you gotta do it.
You gotta. Yeah.
There's a Wanderer.
Yep,
I don't know why he didn't do this.
Ground.
Oh, he didn't have any fate to do on his first conflict. He picked up the fate. He picked up the fate from the Earth Ring.
Right.
So now you just walk past the bird.
Yep.
Probably void here. It could be displayed. It could be displayed. Kind of annoying.
Yep. Display would be the best answer for Bill here, but he defends, so no display power.
No display.
That's actually really bad then. But he'll get back a Prodigy of the Waves now, probably over the Fire Elemental.
He has the
guard.
3rd Fury, but Favor here is gonna Favor here might win him the conflict anyway.
Yep. He'd have to play a Storm.
Or a Fan.
Yeah, that would work too.
There's a Storm.
I just like the Storm more because it's less committal than the Fan.
I mean, you play what you have, right?
Yeah. Like between the two. And
I would break Feast or Famine here.
You
have Embrace the Void on your only character with Fate.
Yeah, that's.
Well, he's gonna end up breaking
really
Shameful, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I would not.
The best
yeah, and Kingsley's gonna lose Favor here.
Yeah, Kingsley's super losing Favor. Bill's claimed 3 rings. Oh man, and the Initiate's the only one to defend Shameful, so it pretty much just makes Bill lose 1 honor.
Kingsley probably used Shameful and then clicked Honor instead of Dishonor. So it's just asking him to honor Fushisho. It's an interface thing. No, it's not a bug. I'm pretty sure Kingsley. Yep, Kingsley just hit the wrong button.
Yeah, so I think you needed to click Dishonor and target Fushisho instead of Honor and target your Initiate.
All he has to do is cancel the prompt. It's super easy.
Yeah. Yep, and the birds. So board after this turn
Harvey Birdman challenges to a debate.
Yep. So it's going to be 6-3. And we're going to have a little bit of a mind game, but it looks like Bill decided to go for 2.
Takes the reprieve.
And I think, yep, the reprieve's the best thing you want to do. Since you've already used 2 Let Go, you want to find the attachments you don't like and just debate them out of hand. All right, so Bill takes the first break in the match, going up 1 break to 0. Boards are clearing, and this Fushisho is going to bring back this Fire Elemental Guard, giving Bill 2 characters, but Sumiko herself basically counts as 3 characters. So.
What? No, she doesn't. He doesn't have favor anymore.
That's a fair point. I'm so used to Sumiko just being on.
Yeah, I mean,
it just seems to happen.
You also probably don't draw 3 Furies.
Yeah. Not all the time, anyway. It's just that Sumiko, like Kanjo District, does sort of perpetuate herself. Just because the extra ability that she gives you to attack multiple times with her big stat block will typically win you conflicts, and winning those conflicts will typically get you the favor.
Sure, but that only works if she doesn't get bowed.
Yeah. I'm just stating that the why I usually just associate her as on if she's on the board.
I would buy this Sukune.
I would super buy this Sukune 3 Fade all day.
I mean, yeah, like Kingsley doesn't have a Shigenja here, and there aren't even that many good Shigenja to buy in the matchup.
Yeah. And like 3 Fade Sukune, it's gonna be hard to target Dishonor her too, with 2 naive students to escort her in political. So you could actually
that's
play
just not even a thing.
Honor her too.
There isn't really a thing as target Dishonor for Dragon.
That's fair.
Like, but both players have access.
I meant more or less like you've got the extra bodies to escort her in political, so you can use your own court games without.
I mean, you can just attack military too.
That's also the case. But I was saying like more or less if you had your own court games, you could honor her. Like,
sure.
Does still destroy things. And this is a 1x Sukune, the one and only. Yeah, Bill's first player, so he's going to pre-play some attachments, just in case he goes at Restoration. Kingsley only has 2 Tattooed Wanderers left for conflict characters, but probably not enough to risk the Feast or Famine here.
Yeah, that's just like an easy way to lose yourself a game that you probably can't lose.
I wouldn't go about can't lose. There's this Neaten Master and 2 Pathfinder's Blades in Kingsley's hand.
I mean,
could do a lot of work.
I mean, Bill just needs a Cloud.
Assuming Kingsley didn't draw any of his 3 Let Go's.
Well, he's already played one.
Second Let Go. Yeah, that's right. He Let Go and Embrace instead. Yeah.
And there's also a Fire Elemental Guard to get rid of stuff. I think we're seeing a Benten's Touch.
Oh, it is. Sweet baby Bentens.
Pretty good use for this Prodigy of the Waves.
Yeah. That is another argument for Bentens. It's just that there's a lot of situations where like its cost is super negligible, like this one. And winning this conflict will be quite big for Bill, as he'll also be able to honor Sukune.
Kingsley passes. He's going to take a break on Manicure Garden here.
Yep, that makes his last province the Restoration of Balance, and Bill will hopefully be down to 4 cards by then, so the Dragon Province is not doing as much work as they should be in this matchup.
I mean, I think Kingsley just approached the dynasty side of this wrong. Buying those small characters, he didn't save his fate. He didn't manage his fate that well. His conflict, obviously, Bill like kind of nut drew him on the conflict side, but I mean, 11 cards in your hand, you have no military buffs, really?
Well, he has Pathfinder's Blade. He just didn't want to spend it there. Also, Bill taking the more aggressive.
Who cares if you honor Sakune? You don't need to honor Sakune. You just dishonor the character that's going to participate in multiple fights. Dishonoring Master is 100% correct. You also have Ben 10's touch to flashback later. If you can just stand with it against the waves.
Or get the water ring claimed by someone.
Yeah, like there's just a lot of ways. You just dishonor the character that's gonna fight multiple times.
Yeah. Dishonoring Neat Master is usually pretty good.
I don't know, Dan. I've played this matchup a lot, and I have a very specific way I approach it. I'm sure I'll fall on my face and play even worse against Inu. So whatever I say doesn't matter, but we'll figure it out.
I mean, it becomes personal when it's your clan being represented here, right?
Yeah, I guess.
If there's like if there's things you feel very strongly about and they don't work out for the other guy.
Yeah, I don't know why you care if Sakune gets dishonored. Soto, she auto wins you the favor and then gets you 2 rings. Like if Sakune was dishonored for this board but got rings for 3 straight turns, I'm pretty sure Bill would be totally fine.
Yep.
Like
I mean, this game's Bill's to lose now. Like it's straight up. The 3 Fury, and the like double charge, like not
Covert's a student here. Goes political.
Yep.
I just let this break if I'm Bill. I don't care.
Yeah, I would have let it break last turn. I think you definitely let it break now. Like, it doesn't really matter. You might throw a student in front of it.
No, you don't throw a student because then you can take your student to escort on political.
I mean, you'll have a student either way.
Oh yeah, because of covert. Defensive Sakune. So we're gonna see a clarity here.
Yeah, about 100% of the time you see a clarity here.
Also, if Bill plays 3 spells this conflict, he can get rid of the Wanderer. We see a censure to cancel court games. Then we see a court games of Bill's own to honor.
I would have just defended with a student as well as Sakune, and saved the censure. The censure is so much better for like left.
Now we see double cloud, katana, double blade. Discards the 3rd reprieve.
Yep, that's what you gotta do.
And speaking of Bill, are you saying if Bill should risk the feast of him, Kingsley does have the other 2 tattoo wanderers?
Yeah. I mean, there's no world where you risk the feast or famine there. We see against the waves, you sustain the fire elemental guard with Karen's.
Okay, sure. So.
And we didn't see a clarity, which is unfortunate.
We also didn't see 3 spells. We just saw 1. So.
Yep. I think he was just playing out his hand so that he.
He's just gonna attack restoration
and not care.
Political restoration. Yep. You just send all your characters.
Yeah, Kingsley has to commit a massive amount.
There's no amount of defense that you can have.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough in hand.
He's also going to draw 2 cards from these students.
Yep. And the library will stay alive another turn as well. Unless Kingsley decides to trade the restoration for the public forum and discard the library.
He should absolutely trade.
That's probably what you got to do at this point in the game. But it looks like
restoration of balance being face up is also just terrible.
And Fury is officially like a super dead card, despite being a mostly dead card in this matchup. That's now completely not going to do anything. And we're going to see the Pathfinder's Blade come onto the Neaton Master here, and he's going to go break that public form.
What? Why would you take Water Ring when you can Void Sumiko?
Yeah.
What? in no world is taking the Water Ring the right choice there.
Yeah.
Who cares if you lose 1 province?
Yeah. Like this public forum should just go.
Who cares about the crackback?
Yeah.
literally just broke 3 provinces.
Yeah, you're up 3 provinces to 0.
Yeah, who cares?
3 to 1 isn't that big of a difference. Your opponent can't
It's
kill you.
it's also your worst province.
Yeah, by and large. Kingsley's gonna take air, so honors are gonna go to 10 to 8, but that still doesn't matter. Phoenix can still just bid 5, and will actually end up at 11 cards next turn to Dragon's 12.
Man, Joe does not appreciate New Phoenix. I don't understand.
I don't know what's not to appreciate here, Joe. We stand our guys.
Trident
You don't win any
Maiden
conflicts.
adds Against the Waves, discards 2 fans.
Okay. It's not like the best Trident Maiden, but I mean, hey, draw 1 pretty good.
Let's see. If he has a Storm, he actually
didn't have the clarity earlier, right?
No, he didn't have the clarity. Oh, we see it.
Man,
We see
I
the
would've
1x bonsai
totally
though.
dropped the Trident Maiden earlier.
So this prevents the break here. Again, I would have just let it break, but I mean,
Yeah.
if Bill wants to prevent a break, I guess he just wants the library. I mean, the thing is,
He's
the
playing
library
for
would draw you a
tiebreakers.
card, but you just spent a card.
Yeah. I mean, it's whatever. And so we're gonna have a dishonored Eaton Master against an honored Sukune.
And Bill just drew 2 cards there.
Yep. Kingsley is up 2 cards.
No, he's
Well,
not.
he'll
He has
be
a
up
Fury in
1
his hand.
card.
He has a Fury in his hand. That's a 0.
Okay, so then they're the same on cards.
Let's see here.
Because the library will draw 1.
He does see a Swordsmith
go
for
with that.
these 2 clouds. Yeah, he had a Fury in his hand, which is a 0. So.
Yep. And for Bill, this is a little awkward with just 8 fate. Probably do Atsuko 2, Suki 0. Unless you... See, with no clarity of purpose, saving 2 fate really just isn't as good.
Unless you play your Against the Waves.
He already reused the Against the Waves, so he has 1 in hand.
He has 1 in hand from Shrine Maiden.
Yeah, it's probably better to just take the passing fate and let Suki go. It does mean you won't.
Yeah, you absolutely
probably
take
won't
passing
break
fate
this
here.
turn.
So he buys Yuruma to turn down Feast or Famine to save, or to let Fury be not playable still.
Yeah, it's still not playable.
And then he buys Raitsugu with 1 fate. I don't like that either.
Mono no Ware.
I mean, the thing is, like, you're just hemorrhaging board here. Like, at no point are you gonna be ahead on board, and you need to be.
Instead of Hiruma, I'd just.
I would just have bought
extra fate on
Raitsugu. Yeah, I'd have bought Raitsugu and Swordsmith, and just accepted that my Furies were dead.
Yeah. Instead of spending this 5 extra fate on Raitsugu, I would have saved to put 2 more on Raitsugu, or on Hiruma, sorry. Put 2 more on Raitsugu, 1 more on the Swordsmith.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I think that's probably correct, actually. Swordsmith is really important in this matchup. It's the only Shigunja I want to buy in the matchup, because at least if it gets bowed, I can just keep getting cards.
You'd have 4 fate right now. If you want to be like super, if you think you can do it too, 3 fate on the Swordsmith is also totally acceptable. Swordsmith just like carries this game. And you know Bill doesn't have assassination, so.
I mean, Swordsmith isn't nearly as good as it is against other plans, because it can just be bowed.
Yeah, it can just be bound, but it usually, in the case of not getting them polysubmitted, it'll usually find you your reprieves. That's the main reason I like it.
Yep, there's a display.
In this matchup. Oh, finally letting the form break. It was a fire ring. This is going to honor Atsuko, and Bill's just going to go void. Might as well all
Military Void might just break.
It's rally under there, right? For Kingsley.
Oh, sure. So, I mean, even Political Void might just break.
Yeah.
Like, I think you start on military. I think you start on military.
I think you start on military, and Kingsley has to respect clarity of purpose by flipping the political.
Yep, that's why you start on military.
Yep.
Starts on political though. That's fine also.
Yeah.
Kingsley swaps to
Kingsley's just gonna
military.
flip it. Defends with at least those two. We know he's got another Pathfinder's Blade for the Neaton Master, so that's basically a free defense. Unless a cloud happens.
Defends with skill 8.
8-15, it's breaking.
Well, I mean, we also have
Doesn't
a
anything.
4 strength swing, so it'll be 17 to 4 or 17 to 6. So 17 to 8 now. Because of the stronghold, still breaking.
Yep. Kingsley
What?
says GG.
Kingsley just didn't defend and lost. What?
Would it have mattered though? The Swordsmith would be 0. Yoruma would have been 1 after Atsuko goes.
I mean, it was a random amount of cards. I mean, that's the fact that he drew 3 Furies is unfortunate, but it has nothing to do with the Jigoku Shuffler.
Yeah.
People just blame confirmation bias on the Jigoku Shuffler all the time. I mean,
and then by the end of this game, Bill had to draw 33 of his 40.
Yeah, obviously when he drew them is unfortunate for Kingsley. He definitely got, like, you can say that I got unlucky in the draws, but like it has nothing to do with the Shuffler. It's just an algorithm.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Kingsley could have prevented this break.
I don't know about that, Shiratai. There are a lot of people who actually just think that the Shuffler is broken.
Yeah.
Like people complain about the Shuffler a ton. I don't think you know what the word random means, Joe. Alright, well that'll do it. Taking a quick look at the bracket. So, invitational bracket. Let's actually...
I believe this puts
so
Phoenix winning the first 2 games, confirming that New Phoenix pretty good.
I don't think there was any confirmation that needed to be done. I'm pretty sure anyone with a brain could realize that New Phoenix is good.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Kingsley goes down. Loser of game 8 goes here.
Yeah. So he'll be facing the loser of Nyx, and Poor Dream.
Yep.
And Bill will be facing the winner of that matchup, guaranteed to be Scorpion.
That'll be another cool match because people like to complain, but I think that matchup is actually a lot closer now, even slightly Phoenix favored if you play it correctly. But we'll see if the tech can come out from the Scorpion players.
Scorpion does have the ability, because their faction just has so many strong answers in general. Like, they have the ability to deal with Tadaka.
They don't, but I mean, they have the way to play around them.
Well, that's, you know what I mean, right? They have like the ability to actually, adapt to that being in the meta.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, like, what's gonna happen is the reason that Bill and Largens play all these attachment control is if your bad matchup with the attachment clans like Crab and Dragon, that you just kill all their attachments, and then if you just keep Cloud the Mind off of Tadaka, you can never lose against the other clans.
Yep. That's sort of the idea, anyway.
There is no Salt Soto. I mean, one faction got an entire clan pack. If they're not good, I don't understand how they could ever be good. I would say I'm still really good at this game, so I can still win.
You are the one good dragon, right?
Yeah, I am the one good dragon, apparently.
Well, looking forward to your game in 2.5 hours. I'll be casting that as well alongside.
Yeah, I'll lose. I'll lose 100%. We'll see.
We'll see. I'm gonna look at. I actually want to look at Inu's deck, because I think he actually runs way less attachment hate.
I mean, he just has 3 Lekos.
Yeah, he doesn't run the Fire Elemental Guard, and he doesn't run Mia Mystic. He just has the 3 Leko.
That'll do it. I'll catch
That'll make it a
everyone
little
later.
harder for him.
I'll be playing my game in 2.5 hours.
Later, man.